So this one I thought was pretty cool. So OpenAI shopping assistant operator could change how customers buy online. OpenAI has introduced an AI agent called Operator that helps shoppers find products and complete tasks like making reservations. eBay is integrating this technology to direct buyers to unique inventory, aiming to make shopping more efficient and personalized. For Amazon sellers, this signals a shift towards AI driven product discovery, which could impact search algorithms and how customers interact with listings. While AI could boost sales by improving product visibility, sellers may also face challenges with inaccurate purchases and increased return rates.
But it's more than just shopping. And if I'm not mistaken, it's also $200 a month if you want to put this together. It's supposed to be like you're almost like hiring a, I don't want to say hiring a VA, but
personal assistant almost.
Sort of, yeah. It's like, hey, but I want you to plan a trip for me from here to there. Yes, it does order groceries for sure. I have to assume that, I believe that not Shopify. What's the big grocery shopping?
Instacart.
Thank you, Instacart, and there's one or two others that are testing this with Operator right now. And I didn't have the time, unfortunately, to deep dive into this, but I'm pretty interested in Operator because I actually hired an executive assistant last week who didn't work out, but I was thinking, well, $1,000 or $1,200 or $1,500 a month, whatever that person costs, compared to $200 a month. If Operator can do many of the functions, like, hey, I give it a Google Sheet and I say, hey, I need you to clean the data up and do this, that would be pretty awesome. Oh, sweet. So you've got the actual thing, but what I'm seeing is filling out forms, groceries, travel arrangements, creating memes, which is an interesting one.
Yeah, this one here says that they said Operator to search Priceline for your travel. So it's kind of like a customizable bot. It sounds like, with shopping abilities, but the goal is kind of to make an AI robot that can be your assistant in just about anything that you set it up to do.
Which to me is extraordinarily intriguing, because I can't tell you how many times I go throughout my day where I go, oh, well, I dare say I go on tangents, but so if I've got, hey, I need to go ahead and research this thing, like I just jot it down in my notes, right? But then I end up with this huge list of things I need to do that I'll never get to. If I could task that to a bot to just get me preliminary data, and let's just say, for instance, I go, okay, I need to find out about this data. Here's the questions I want to know the answers to. And I just feed that, say, a Google Sheet or something like that, say, here's the questions, go out and find me the data, and it can fill those fields. That would be pretty awesome. It would save me an enormous amount of research time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I think that would be.
I think before you'd invested in that, we need to have James read the terms of service.
Oh yeah.
To see how much of their data you're gonna.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna give away here, because, man, I tell you, the things like ChatGPT, and I get really leery of putting. And okay, you're gonna say I need a tinfoil hat again, but we've all seen it. I hate that when every query, every question, every task, it's like it's somewhere, it's out there, it's tagged to you.
Yep.
So I've come to terms with it. Look, I need a tinfoil hat just as well as you do, Leslie. I know that this stuff is happening. I've just come to accept it. In my opinion, the best case scenario is either you go, whoever you are, go and never shave again and go out and live in the woods in a wooden hut, or you just don't do anything dumb that can get you into trouble. And if you're going to do dumb stuff, don't publicize it. Right. But I firmly believe that no matter what precautions I take, whether I'm using a VPN, a VPS, I'm logging into a separate computer, like it's all tracked. It all goes somewhere. Somebody who we don't want to have it has it. And there's a social profile built for you on every government so that if you ever get caught, something could be used against you and you could go bye-bye to Guantanamo Bay and be waterboarded for the information about what you posted on MySpace in 1922.
Yes, you are 100% correct. I'm sure, Danon. And that's definitely the battle. I mean, we all got to use all these tools anyways. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
you got to agree to this terms of service. Like, well, I got to use the tool. I
Yeah.
need to do business. I need to do whatever. And so you just agree to them and move on, unfortunately.
Yeah. The thing that actually concerns me the most are platforms having access to my photos, right? And my wife, she probably won't kill me for saying this, but she won't even like, and we don't do this. Like, you know, when we were kids, there were naked pictures of us as children, like in cowboy boots or cowgirl boots, or just a naked butt with a cowboy hat on or whatever. Right.
Yep.
We don't do that anymore. Like, because our phones, there are things that have access to our phones. We don't take those pictures, you know? And not only that, society has gotten to the point where like, oh, you have a naked child. It's like, well, yes, it's not. Anyhow, if it fell in the wrong hands, it would be horrendous, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely horrendous.
Be used against you potentially even.
Absolutely. Yes. And so we don't do that stuff for fear of that, right? Yeah. We're just parents and like, you know, and it's totally normal to have a child run away from you after you're changing a diaper and they get up and take off, you know. It's also super cute, but you could take that so far out of context that we actually don't do anything. We try to keep it very clean, you know.
Yeah, we're the same, you know, even as far as not posting our baby on any public social network, you know. We post them on Facebook, but I've got, you know, all the security preferences locked down so only friends can see it,
because we know that works for sure.
Yeah, but you hear these stories about someone took this child of a photo or this photo of a child and then used AI to create child pornography. You can even take a photo and turn it into a porn video if you wanted to at this point. So it's just crazy. You got to be careful with that for sure.
Yeah. The only places we don't do a whole lot of photos of our children, but like my kids end up in my YouTube videos, right? Because we're out camping together. But anyhow, it's a terribly unfortunate thing that this is where we are. How did we get on this subject anyhow? But
AI.
that's right. AI.
It's just unfortunate there's people like that in the world and so many of them.
Yes. And I mean, I'd rather know that exists than be oblivious to it and be subject to the shit end of the stick on it. But, you know, it still sucks. Like, I have to change my habits. Anyhow, go ahead. Sorry, Leslie. Thank you.
On a much lighter note of people taking pictures of our children. So we were invited to a party this weekend. And for some reason that I don't understand, the people having the party were requiring that any male attendee wear a kilt. I have a 17-year-old son. I have a 17-year-old son who is a man's man kind of 17-year-old son. Yeah. He's like, don't make me go. And I said, I'm not going to make you go, dude. I wouldn't wear a kilt either if I were a 17-year-old boy. I'm cool with that. And he said, Mom, if someone takes pictures of that and it gets around, I don't need that in my life. I mean, can you imagine how this could be twisted in 25 different ways? And he's thinking of, you know, people saying he's become a transsexual or he's cross-dressing. It would be really easy to make it look like he's just like a dude in a skirt. And No matter what you think of that or don't think of that, think of yourself as a 17-year-old boy who is a straight male trying to make his way in the world, and he's like, I'm not going because someone could take my picture in a skirt and it's all over the place. People are going to put it on social media, not doing it. So even stuff like that isn't like scary from the perspective you're talking about, Dana, and about evil things that evil people do.
Yeah, it's just reputation and
And if you're a 17-year-old male, you're not going to be able to laugh that off like, like one of y'all would be able to. It's just not something you can deal with.
Well, I haven't met your son, but you've told me he's beastly in his size. The only thing he'd need to do to combat that really is just pick up a tree and throw it like the Scottish do, and then everyone would be like, nah, you can wear a kilt, you're good.
Yeah, we're not going to mess with this guy. We're not going to. But he's a gentle giant, and he just doesn't want to go there. So I feel for him.
Yeah, I get it.
No, I definitely understand that. I mean, it depends on your age too. Like for me, if I got invited to a Scottish thing like that, I'd be like, heck yeah, give me the kilt, give me the bagpipes. This is going to be awesome. But
I don't want to hear you play
get it at a
bagpipes, Todd.
17-year-old. What's that?
I don't want to hear you play bagpipes. I hear
it would be horrible, but I would have fun.
For sure.
Yeah, I'd be like Ross in Friends when he's playing the bagpipes, if you remember that.
I didn't watch Friends.